The EU and the US seem to be getting worse, obviously with tariffs, but President Trump does seem to be on much better relations with Britain, having removed all duties on Scotch whisky. The president said he made the decision in honour of King Charles and Queen Camilla, who've only just finished their visit. On Truth Social, he wrote, "The King and Queen got me to do something that nobody else was able to do, without hardly even asking." New numbers from the UK government show that goods exports to the US fell sharply, with tariffs slowing trades become an issue for the UK economy, and so is the bond market. Britain's now lumped with Italy and France, the BIFs as they're known, in particular, seen their borrowing costs rise since the war broke out. The yield on the 10-year gilt is now close to 5%, up 50 basis points over the past year. Investors, some would suggest, have lost confidence in the UK economy. London's financial centre is the City of London. With me, Chris Hayward, the city's policy chairman, who is here on the visit of the King and who's just opened a new office. The City of London, you know, at the end of the day, Chris, you can't flim-flam the financial markets. If they don't like what they see in borrowing costs and debt to GDP and all these sort of things, as we saw with the Liz Truss regime, short-lived as it was, they're going to sell. And at the moment, the financial markets are wary about Britain.
Yeah, look, I think it's a really challenging time, but we've got to remember that we're dealing with the most extraordinary geopolitical situation that we've ever dealt with in my lifetime. And therefore, markets are nervous, and understandably nervous, of what's going on in the world. But I'm here in the US because the New York financial services sector, the New York and London, City of London that I speak for, are incredibly important competitors, but also able to work together. And what I want to do is to see a greater transatlantic cooperation between our financial services and our markets.
Well, hang on. What more could there be? The two are almost lockstep anyway, and arguably post-Brexit, that relationship. But your big problem is back in London, whereby, for example, the ability to employ people has become more difficult with visas. Post-Brexit, some have moved business into continental Europe, Amsterdam, Madrid, London, Paris or Frankfurt. You're going to point and tell me that Chase and JP Morgan are spending billions on a new headquarters in London, but there's still a taint, some would argue.
Well, look, let me say this, that obviously Brexit, as far as I'm concerned, was not good news for the City of London or for financial markets. But what we have been able to do is to be very resilient in the wake of Brexit. We didn't lose huge numbers of jobs to Europe, as was predicted when Brexit came about. And you are right. I mean, I was with Jamie Dimon this morning of JPM, and they are opening a huge new office. But they're not the only ones. We've got HSBC moving back into the city. We've got State Street, Clifford Chance. So actually the square mile that I speak for, the financial district, is booming. 25% up on our jobs at the moment, and we are really trying to build as many tall buildings as we can to accommodate global demand. So we definitely are not struggling in that area.
How tricky do you think the current UK political situation is? Now, you know, I'm not going to take you too far down the political road per se, but obviously the Prime Minister's on the ropes over Mandelson. Now we have the whole issue of anti-Semitism having been raised in a very ugly and violent way, despite what's been said. And the work has to be done, in a sense.
Look, I think it does. We've moved in the UK from what was a two-party system to a multi-party system. We have our local elections next week across London, and I do think probably the government will take a hammering. But actually what's happening, if you look across Europe and you look in the US, is there has been an incredible rise of sort of populist parties to the centre-right. So I suspect we'll see some of that happening with reform in the United Kingdom. We've also seen a rise in the support for the Green Party as well on the other end of the spectrum. So I think it's everything to play for. We're still 2 years out from another general election. So we've got a stable government in, albeit that you're quite right. Prime Minister Starmer is up against the ropes at the moment, and he needs to do well in these elections.
We had Sadiq Khan on the programme recently where we were talking about the the perception that London is highly taxed, that its infrastructure needs money spending. Now, the City of London is slightly different at one level, but it shares many of the same issues. And we had the Lord Mayor of London, of course, on this programme. They all come here eventually, you know. They all decide to sell their wares on Westmeans Business. What do you think is the biggest selling point for the city?
Well, you know, Richard, we have a lot of natural advantages. First of all, the rule of law. You know, so many contracts are written in British law, enforceable across the world. We have a good time zone. We have a good language. But actually, we also have good skills. And what I'm finding is that the demographic in the City of London is changing to a much younger professional demographic as well. So I think we've got everything to play for. And I feel very optimistic, actually, about the future of the square mile. We are resilient. We've been around 1,000 years. And we're going to be around for another 1,000 years.
Well, hopefully so. We can do a summer Friday, and maybe you can even get us into the Mayor's Parlour, where we can present the programme from.
For you, Richard, of course we can.
With the mayoral chain as well. Thank you, sir.